Welcome back, and maybe it's just welcome to the Louie Bellina Show Friday edition. It is the lunch hour, and lunchtime is thanks to Rudy's Barbecue, home of the green chili stew. Now, lunchtime Fridays, I'm joined inside the Charles Schwab studio. Brice Jones, barbecue pitmaster. Brice Jones, my insurance agent. All those things are true. I didn't make up any of that. What's up, brother?
What's going on, man?
Not much. You get to catch any Aggie baseball yet? I know you've had some busy weeks here.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I've caught pretty much all of every game. And so, yeah, been keeping it. You know what I mean? It's baseball season, especially Aggie baseball. And so, yeah, caught all the action so far.
I've caught... Okay, I don't do Tuesdays if I can avoid it. That's just a me thing.
I started Tuesday like the fourth inning. Like I never watched Tuesdays like from the very beginning unless I just happen to have it on while I'm doing other stuff. But typically by the fourth inning, if it's close, like, okay, I want to watch this game, which this Tuesday was. They were behind at that point. So
you know the weird part, I don't want to see a close fifth inning game on a Tuesday.
Yeah. Hey, look, you play these. You play Texas, Corpus Christi, Texas State. Any Texas baseball team that's, they're going to have, baseball is big in Texas, just like football. You play a team from Texas, you're going to get their best go, and they've got some good ball players.
Can I quote you on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Texas, baseball is big in Texas, quote unquote?
Quote unquote, yeah.
Never heard that, never thought it. Thank
quotes.
You.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look, as somebody who's been through travel baseball with a kid in this state, yeah, baseball's huge.
Any early thoughts 4 games in, Aggie baseball?
I mean, they've looked good. I'm trying not to get. Louisiana Tech or Tennessee Tech. Not. I mean, they're not bad, but they're not judging. And I think Penn will be a better matchup. I think they'll have some. They'll be a test this weekend a little bit. It should be a sweep, just like all these early weekend series should be until you get into the tournament type deal. But so far, I like the approach at the plate. Pitching kind of up and down a little bit here. I like what I've seen from the bullpen. Sadeo, it's hard to judge. He hadn't pitched in 2 years. So, Moss, set for like 90 minutes between innings because they scored so many. I mean, so, Aiden Sims was obviously really good. And so Gavin Lyons was good. So try not to judge too much. But overall, okay, encouraging, but not exciting because it's the opening weekend against a team that wasn't very good.
Fair enough. Oh, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
So lots of good stuff, though.
I know I've been more simple. I love home run derby. Going into the second weekend, just need to see them prove and be 1 weekend better.
Yeah.
Pitching 1 weekend better. And I'm not greedy early in the year. There's a lot of players in positions they've never been in.
There's a lot of teams that already have a loss on there. I mean, it's, on a 3-game series with baseball, as long as you win the series, it's fine. You should sweep these teams early on, but there's been a lot of teams in opening weekend that, top 25 teams that didn't do that against inferior opponents.
I am a little flinchy because injuries were a story last year, and Harcopian was Sunday, Tuesday, and
went from sick to my back's hurt, and like uh-oh.
And Early basically told us he's probably not going to play this weekend.
Well, I mean, no, I thought I heard him say he really hopes to.
Yes,
I mean, we'll see.
Hopes.
There's no reason to, though. Honestly, you should be able to beat Penn without him.
I know that, but
yes, you will.
I said I'm flinchy from last year.
There was a collision at first base with Sorrell and Tennessee Tech. Saturday or I think it was Sunday. I can't remember when it was. I just held my breath like, oh no. You just want to wrap Sorrell in bubble wrap and hope he can, except for when he's at the plate. But you don't want the injury bug to jump up.
You're talking about the SEC Player of the Week, Caden Sorrell?
Yeah.
A man who hit like he just got out of prison. He was hungry.
Well, then he went 0 for 5 on Tuesday with 3 Ks. So yes, that Caden Sorrell. But look, I was texting with somebody. I was like, he has to have a big year. I mean, there's no doubt him and Grahovac both have to be the guys they think they are for this offense to go. And so you want them to stay healthy, and hopefully Tuesday was just an off night. It happens. A
little too eager.
I think so.
Feeling it a little too much.
The wind was blowing out. That type of deal where just get one up and a little too much on the swings. He was he got away from he was swinging a lot at that. They were throwing that back foot slider at him, and he kept going for it. And so you hope that's not a thing, because they went back. They just kept going back to the well with it, and he couldn't get it.
So you're sitting there hoping that like some kind of blueprint or some kind of secret got revealed.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, which I doubt it. You can always make adjustments, but yeah, it looks like he was trying to go yard. Looks like he's trying to put 2 or 3 in the seats instead of just that nice swing that we see from him all the time.
And realize that his swing will take it yard. He doesn't have to try and go yard.
Yeah, even when the wind's blowing out, just nice good swing and it'll go. But
any of the young kids impress you?
Yeah, all of them, dude. I mean, yes, all. I was gonna say that. It was like all the freshmen. They look like they got some pop. Partita at third, shortstop, and then Kellner at short. And then Adrian Wilson. I mean, we've heard all the stories. I mean, you just look at him. He looks like a defensive end, like he should be. He looks like Myles Garrett did coming out of high school, but yet he's up there swinging the bat. And so yeah, it's encouraging to see those guys put good swings on the ball early.
Omaha?
Yeah, of course. I would love it.
Come on, man. You got to overreact. That's what we do as fans and fanatics.
I'm the last person to it could be 2 outs away from Omaha, and I'll still think no just so I don't have the letdown. But yeah, I would love another trip to Omaha because that means I'm going to Omaha. So
no matter what, you're there.
Oh yeah, I bet the last 2 times they've been there, and
so it's your fault they haven't won at all.
No,
that's
all.
I'm
Not
hearing.
my fault because the first time we went for the opening 2 games. They did win. They beat Texas. Then we had to go home. This time we waited until the championship series to go. And I mean, look, they were, just a run. What was it? A run away, 2 runs away from a national title. And lots of things that could have gone different in both games they lost. So I don't want to bring that up. Okay.
Jeez.
It was one of the best trips I ever had. Aubrey and Braden with me. So I had my oldest son, my daughter. Big road trip was fun. She really got into baseball that year, which has never been. She's gymnastics, right? Like, has always enjoyed other sports, and we go to obviously football and basketball. She just never really gotten into it. And that year she got into it. She wanted to go to Omaha. We went. Now she's a big baseball fan and enjoys going to the games with me. And so,
okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's what it will. Regard the loss stings. It sucks. Like it was one of those. But that just for that right there, I'll never forget it.
Just for converting your daughter into a baseball fan is the greatest year ever.
She'd always been a sports fan, but to being an Aggie baseball fan, yeah, that she's all in about going to games now. So
that's awesome.
Yep.
979-693-1150. You can light up the Texas Mobile One Loop Express inbox. 979-693-1150. 979-69. You should program that number into your phone.
I have it in there.
Yeah, so he does.
I texted you yesterday.
Oh, yeah, you did. That was kind of funny.
Give Rusty a hard time. Yeah.
Oh, duh.
Yeah.
I met you
while
you were listening.
He always texts when I'm on, and I was listening, and I was in my truck, and so I had it on, and I remember seeing him behind home plate, and I did a double take. I was like, oh, there's Rusty, which I see him at see him at all the events. He's big in basketball, baseball, like. He's always there. So.
I've watched many an Aggie sporting event on television, and the guys people you know in the stands are walking, rows and stuff. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, as a former media guy, like I see all kinds of folks, from the beat, whether they're down the line or they'll flash up to the press box and you'll see somebody or sitting there as Rusty joked about. You forget I like the seats that are like 3 rows behind Rusty there where you can only see my feet. You can't see me you can't see me eat food and do all those type of things. You can see my feet there and that's it. So I'll take those. But I wouldn't turn down the seats he had either. So
no. You had Miramont level seats that night, right?
Yeah, right.
Those are the high quality.
So yeah, I had to text in and give him a hard time about it. So because he's always texting here and especially once we get some Rangers Astros going on.
Oh yeah, well that's the rival. That's
coming.
The greatest rivalry in the history of sports is Astros Rangers.
Of course it is.
They're battling for boots. You know how it goes. They're battling for boots.
I don't know about battling. If you look at the all time,
Astros kind of dominate.
Yeah,
the Rangers,
we pretty much dominate that thing.
But the Rangers have heart, and that's enough for me.
Yeah, okay. I doubt it's enough for Rusty.
Rusty has heart too.
He would take more wins over Hart.
They got, for most of the Ranger fans, it's interesting because it's one of those things you always hear. I just want one World Series, right?
Yeah,
they're good.
As Astros fans,
I have found they're all good.
Well, as Astros fans, we kind of said the same thing for a long time. So I am good. Like it would suck to never win another one and not be competitive. But we won ours, and so I'm happy. I got that experience because I've always joked about this. Like I don't know if I'll ever get that with A&M, right? The only other, one that really, really matters to me. It matters more to me than, obviously, I grew up an Astros fan. My parents went to Texas Tech, so I didn't grow up an Aggie fan. Like, that started in high school with buddies of mine that would take me to football games, and it came from there. Because all my grandparents, both my parents, Texas Tech. They're from the Panhandle. And so I'm the first generation Aggie in my family. So, so Astros are always a huge part of it. A&M but A&M is more important to me now, obviously. And so I don't know if I'll ever get it with them. I'm holding out hope, but the Astros at least help me out there.
We as Astros fan didn't have to walk the Ranger path where you win the World Series and you realize it'll be 100 years again.
Yeah.
As Astro fan, many World Series and a couple of rings, not just one.
Yeah.
So it's been a completely different experience for Astro fans.
Yeah, it has, and you hope it's not going to end. It's coming to the end of the line. You hope they would retool and rebuild, and this year it's kind of we'll see how things go. Yeah, you make a face because they stay healthy, they'll be good. If they don't, they won't make the playoffs again. So
I'm torn, like what direction the Astros universe should move into, because I don't know about tanking. It's obvious they need to rebuild. To be fair,
I don't think tanking does you any good in the MLB because of how.
That's how the Astros built the dynasty.
Yeah, I mean they
were throwing 120 losses out there on purpose.
The hit or miss rate in the first round draft picks in baseball, especially, is way different than football or basketball.
It's not about first round; it's about your whole draft.
Yeah.
And okay,
well,
Jim Crane no longer believes in analytics, data, and scouting departments, so they can't rebuild the way they built the first time.
Yeah,
because Crane doesn't support it. So that's not going to work for the Astros. So I don't. It's like I'm stuck in place with them because I don't know what they should do because they can't do what they need to do because Crane doesn't believe in that anymore. So that's why he keeps supporting this.
Spend some money. There you go.
But not too much now.
He doesn't believe in that either.
But not too much now. And so they're doing this thing. Let's just win more than we lose and take our chances and stay ancient, old, and broken. The medical expenses for the Astros have to be insane.
They have to be through the roof. Yeah. Yeah.
So they have a minor league system that's almost non-existent. They keep going for bargain discount free agents. It's we're not bad, but we're not
World Series contenders anymore.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. We're contending for the AL West,
which is not hard to do.
No, it's not the highest bar.
No.
It's not the highest bar. And if the Astros are healthy, they win the West, they'll make the playoffs, and then you have a pitching rotation that maybe you can win a series. I don't know about 3 series, but maybe you win a series, right?
Depending on how healthy this pitching staff is, because the arm talent is there. It's,
if you can have Hunter 1 and 100% full season Christian Javier too.
Yeah.
Because we know his upside. Anything can happen.
Yeah. Yep. So,
but it's just frustrating to know that you're mid.
You're mid. That's a young folks word. You're mid.
That's Astros baseball.
Right now it is. Not not before that, but the last couple of years it is.
Yeah. Oh no, they were a dynasty. True bona fide dynasty.
Yes.
They 7 straight.
It's funny.
ALCSs.
5 years ago we talked about this too. That hey, you only have this window of time. I think I said it all. You have this window. You're in this window. Win as much as you can in this window, and then know it's over after this point, and move on. Well, it's probably over, but they haven't quite moved on yet. I mean, they've gotten rid of some contracts they didn't need, and but they haven't replaced that with anything close to what they had.
They don't have anything to move on to. They don't have a minor league system. They don't have the infrastructure, I think, to rebuild. To move on to what, I guess, is the biggest question for the Astros.
I don't know. Keep trying to win now.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
They're going to get to the All-Star. What they're going to do is they're going to get to the All-Star break, see where they're at, and see if they have a legitimate chance, and then they might add a piece here or there, maybe. A short-term rental that maybe gives them a better chance to win the World Series. Or they'll get to the halfway point and go, okay, there's no shot, and then they'll start dumping somebody.
Who wants it's almost like an auction.
Yeah. Who wants?
I'll say this. With Paredes, the market allegedly has cooled off.
Yeah.
So you know what you do with them now? You wait until there's injuries around baseball.
Yeah.
You wait till the stock's high.
You wait till the trade deadline. But you also have to have him having a good year type of deal.
Which you have to play him enough. Thus, you have your problem logjam again.
Yeah.
Which, if you're going to try and contend, you do want to play him. But then if you trade him and Christian Walker hasn't played all year, 2 steps forward, 4 steps back. I don't know how this works anymore.
You're making my head hurt. It's too early to think about it.
Okay, sorry, man. I know. Look, today is the day, right, that everybody reports? Because you've had pitchers catches. I think today's the day everybody reports for spring training. I know some players reported earlier even, but
some show up early.
I love me some MLB.
Yep.
I love Diamond Sports being in.
Yeah.
I know you probably didn't keep up, but Aggie softball last night kind of got over that beat the ranked team.
Yeah, they beat Duke last night, right?
Yep.
But then they lost to Oregon this morning.
No.
Or was
They
that
played
yesterday?
Oregon first.
Oh, they lost to
yesterday.
Oregon first, then they
2-1.
beat Duke.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hate when the winning run is a walk. I don't care what diamond
Never
sport.
walked the leadoff hitter because it was the leadoff hitter, I believe. Yeah, never. Baseball, softball doesn't matter. The leadoff. We preach it. I mean, we preached it in 8U ball. Like you give a leadoff walk, they're probably going to score. I forget what the percentage was.
If the two teams are equal or you're an underdog, that leadoff thing is death.
Yeah.
It's death. That's like an error. You can't put it on the scoreboard as E, but it's an E.
I've watched a little softball so far. I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously, I don't think they have the pitching that they had last year, and the bats haven't quite come around yet. I don't know. Like I've watched very little, but I am following.
The bats are awesome. The bats have actually. I know you say 2-1. How the bats have been rather fantastic.
I think they left like 6 people on base though.
Oh, they had a small village.
Yeah.
And then they beat Duke last night, like 11-5.
Yeah.
You have Wark, the Oklahoma State transfer, has 8 homers in 12 games.
Nice.
There's a lot of good going on. I think she's trying to figure out the pitching rotation, getting ready for SEC play because she wants 3 starters, not 2.
Yeah.
And she's going to probably throw 2 to 3 pitchers every game.
But that's so different.
And she doesn't have the pitchers
that's
for it.
so different than everybody else.
You're working with what you got.
Yeah.
And I think the problem is she doesn't have that. What she needs.
Look,
she's trying to figure out how to make it work.
I don't know
right
a lot
now.
about softball, but having a stud pitcher is 90% of
99.
What you have.
It's always the answers to have the one All-American who throws every inning.
Jordy Ball or Kennedy or some of these. That's the extent of my softball pitcher knowledge.
The pitcher at Tennessee, the pitcher at Texas.
She's the one that throws like a gazillion miles an hour, right, at Tennessee. She's the one that throws harder than anybody.
But if you don't, you got to figure it out.
Yeah.
You can't,
or you have the offense to compete.
It's almost baseball. Like if you don't, you don't leave your pitcher in there 3 times through. You try and throw pitchers that have different styles to change bat speed and the eye plane. I mean, you got to do something.
I'd be trying to find the All-American. There you go.
Of course. Yes. And you're still trying to do that. But yeah. And if you got a pitcher who think has the potential to be the number 1, you're developing on hope by the SEC weekend. Can they be that person?
Yeah. Yep.
So, and I'm just watching her rotations in the tournaments and who's coming in the order. And, her All-American closer has like started 4 games or something now. She needs 3 starters.
Okay. There you go. Like I said, my knowledge is limited. I do watch every now and then and follow it, but I haven't, I know you know it way better than I do.
Oh, man, I used to. I
know. I know. Well, and I know more now. So I've got a buddy who, one of my best friends, his daughter plays at UTEP. And so he's a big softball guy too, obviously because of his daughter. And so anytime we talk, we're talking about that because I follow UTEP because of that. Like
you follow UTEP softball
on Twitter. I follow along with the games. They'll post the scores, and I had to call him this week because they got beat 34-0 to OU. And so called him up. I waited a couple hours. I didn't want to be the guy that called him right away to kind of laugh at him. I called him. I was like, dude, what in the hell? I was like, what happened? 34-0. He goes, we were out of pitchers. He goes, it was the 6th game of a tournament. He goes, we threw 2 kids that hadn't thrown since
junior high.
13 years. Yeah, he goes, we threw 2 kids that he goes, we would have scored 34 runs off those pitchers. He goes, we just ran out of arms and there was no reason trying to beat, he goes, we just threw, 2 kids out there who didn't pitch and just wanted to get to the house.
I think you'll get a chuckle out of this. Games getting out of hand early, these tournament formats, right?
Yeah.
So last night, I believe it was late at night because the Aggies are playing Cathedral City. It's West Coast tournament. Auburn played UCLA. UCLA is 11 in the country. It got a little out of control. And I don't know who was doing the tweeting for UCLA softball. Said solo shot Auburn to cut the lead to 22 in the 6th.
It's a 22, yeah. Well,
come on, man, that's cold.
Yeah, well, 6 games in a weekend is tough. And that's what I was like, why are y'all playing
to cut the lead to 22?
I was like, baseball, they go to these tournaments, they play 3 games, just like they would in a regular. But softball, they're playing 6 and
5, 6, possibly 3-4 day window.
It was 6 games in 3 days.
A game gets out of control, and the coach goes, "I'm not burning a pitcher."
No, he did.
On this.
That's what he said. He goes, yeah.
That kid that plays first for us that pitched 4 years ago? Get her up.
That's what he did. That's what he said, Abby. He goes, we were down like 6-0 early. He goes, next thing you know, we were bringing in somebody that hadn't pitched in a long time.
When we come back, we stay maroon and white. How about some Aggie hoops and more? You could text me. You could text Brice at 979-693-1150. It is the Louis Bellina Show, presented by CC Electric. Free estimates, military and veteran discounts. It's what they do at CC Electric.
Visit the Pod Center at zone1150.com and find every hour of every day of your favorite shows. Download or subscribe.
The Louie Bellina Show presented by CC Electric. Guess what? The ticket booth is open thanks to Dixie Tire Company. If you ever need tires for your car, truck, tractor, trailer, lawnmower, even a wheelbarrow, basically if you need tires, look up Dixie Tire Company. They're located at 301 West William Joel Bryant Parkway. That's in historic downtown Bryan, across from the fire station. They're open Monday through Friday till 6, Saturday till 1, and you can always call Dixie Tire Company at 775-TIRE. That's 775-TIRE. If you would like to go to the Saturday A&M Penn baseball game, I got sweet seats, man. The game's at 2 o'clock. These are, and Brice, you got to help me, lower upper home plate.
Lower upper home plate. So yeah, I mean that's, I don't. Is that the club? Is that? I mean that sounds like it should be club.
They're sweet club. Seats,
yeah,
man.
Yeah.
Lower upper home plate. All Zone Bryan Broadcasting prize eligibility rules, they apply, of course. Call now. Caller 5 now. 979-693-1150. The ticket booth is open thanks to Dixie Tire Company. The ticket booth is where you win tickets to all the places you want to be. And Troubadour Festival, Creed at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
Hoping to be there at the barbecue festival.
And, of course, food to all the places you want to eat. It's what we do. I just participate. If you're going to spend your time hanging out with me, right? Hey, why not hook you up? Participation on the Louie Bellina Show. I try. Generally, it'll be rewarded.
I know exactly where those tickets are that you're giving away. They're right. They're basically the lower right. They're the second deck, right below the press box, basically, probably on one of the front rows right there. Great seats.
Call now. Good luck. Aggie Basketball back in action, Brice. Saturday night, Norman, Oklahoma, 3-10 Sooners. First time these two teams played. It was early, and both were on the bubble. Remember the preseason 4 bubble teams were LSU, Texas, A&M, Oklahoma, and as you'd expect, 2 seem to make 2. Could be in the NCAA tournament. 2 are not going to sniff it. It's another must win. You can't put these poison arrows. A&M, Lenardi this morning, 10.
10 still.
They're bubbly.
Yeah.
All they did with Ole Miss is not slide.
Yeah.
So they're 10, and they're the number 2 team on the last 4 byes. There you go.
Yeah, last 4 byes. Well, the thing is because they barely won instead of winning by 15. I don't know if they would have gone up much, but if they were, they had to win impressively. And so, yeah, you can't give them any ammo as far as, bad losses, which I don't think there's any more. I think,
LSU in the last game.
Yeah. No, there's no more Q. I thought they were done with anybody. I guess it could still change, but yeah, I mean, it's on the road, but it's a team you should beat, but I expected an ugly, not pretty basketball game.
Do you think they're going to win?
I don't know, man. Like they did not look good. I think I tweeted. I was like, I'm not sure how we won the Ole Miss game. We did. They got some turnovers late and a 10-second call late and kind of squeaked it out. But they got it done. They won. So yes, I do think they should beat OU. I do think they will. I do think they will. OU's playing better basketball right now, but it's a game A&M should win and they must win.
I know for me, and this is kind of like a hope, okay? Because this is intangible, so I got your favorite data analytics to lean on with this. Sometimes when a team wins, it's over. Like the curse, the spell, the headache, the voodoo is broken, and they move lighter. Because I feel like during the 4 games, they were tired. That's a fact. But also,
I don't know, where did that? So I've seen this. Like all of a sudden, did Bucky say something about them being tired? Because now everybody's running with their tired. So okay, so it came from.
But I said it before Bucky.
Okay,
I want to claim credit
that's
on that.
Fine. That's why I'm wondering where it came from.
And Bucky said it.
Aggie looks tired. Aggie looks tired.
I thought the whole team was half a beat slower. And when you play at their speed, half a beat is eternity.
Yeah, I don't know. They feel like they're playing a lot more recklessly and out of sync than they have been, more so than it being tired. Like I just see a bunch of individual pieces instead of a team the last 4 games. Even part of the time at Ole Miss, like lots of drive to the basket and some crazy shot or missing layups. And I think Aggie's the only one that can say
missing layups.
Yeah. Oh, they've been doing it all year.
They beat Missouri if they hit layups.
Yeah,
they beat Missouri.
Yeah,
nothing else.
That's who they are. They miss some really easy shots.
I didn't think that was true true till now, though.
No, it is.
I didn't think that was true all year.
It is true. I don't know how many texts or tweets I've sent about it that we miss a lot of easy shots, and so. I don't like the tired excuse. Like, look, everybody's playing the same amount of games.
I think but not this style.
I get it, but that's the style you play, so your guys shouldn't be tired. You should know how to handle that. My only one is Aggie's the only one that has any reason to say he's tired, I think, because that guy is putting in work. He's the only big you have that can, he's a double-double almost every game. And you're asking that big guy to play defense like you're asking Marcus Hill to play defense. So I think Aggie's the only one with a legitimate claim of maybe, legs are a little tired and, kind of worn out. But, hopefully – if the guys are telling Bucky that hey, my legs are gone and they're figuring out a way to give them some more rest.
They have to. OU's a must win. If you're still bubbly after Ole Miss, which I get,
yeah,
you can't lose.
They're going to be outside of beating Arkansas. They're going to be on the bubble the rest of the way. There's no getting off of it. I don't think.
You know what? Okay, remember you don't live in a vacuum. There's other teams that are going to move too.
There's lots of stuff that's
and I think if they beat OU and then beat LSU,
they're still on the bubble, but it's not like they are now. You know what I'm saying?
A little insight. Here's something that was fascinating. I believe it was yesterday, yes, and Luke Evangelos, who I think is incredible at covering Aggie basketball for TexAgs. I think he's phenomenal. I saw his Twitter X. The NCAA basketball committee did a mock first rough draft.
I saw this from Luke, yeah.
And they had A&M at 8. That's two seeds higher.
Yeah. But I thought they did away with I forgot what it was, something where they got rid of some teams or something. I don't know. You'd have to look back at it, or maybe I'm thinking of a different one. But yeah, I mean, I think they'll be a bubble team the rest of the way. I don't see them beating Oklahoma, LSU.
It's so funny. 8-9's not bubble, but 10 is, and they're right. And they're 8-9-10, aren't they?
As an A&M fan, anywhere above a 7, then you're risking it. Don't give them any ammo, especially if you lose.
I'm not biting you hard on this. Yeah. I ain't.
No, I know you're not. You know where I'm coming from. I mean, they could do them a huge favor, just beat Arkansas, which I don't think is going to happen. But you beat Arkansas.
Kentucky.
You beat Arkansas.
No, beat Kentucky.
Yeah, well, no, because Kentucky. I don't know. I'm just saying, if you want to, make sure you're in and not have to worry about the bubble, beat Arkansas.
Beat Kentucky.
Yeah.
Look. Okay.
So basically, you're just saying there's no way they beat Arkansas.
Here's the steps.
What you're saying.
Here's the steps. You have to beat OU and LSU. There's so many combinations. I'm just going to say this is the easiest.
I think if they beat we've been saying all year, if they get to 10 wins, I think they're in.
And that's OU and LSU.
They're going to have to sweat it.
LSU.
They'll still have to sweat it based off of mid-majors and automatic bids and all this other crap that goes on, because we know the SEC tournament doesn't matter. The tournament selection committee has showed us that it doesn't matter. So
thank you.
It doesn't matter if you lose the first game or go all the way outside of winning the championship and getting the automatic bid, the SEC tournament does not matter.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean
I've said that.
They've proven it to us 4 or 5 years in a row. They've proven it that it doesn't matter.
Not for A&M.
Not for A&M.
Committee don't care.
Yeah, and so take that part out. So handle your business.
And
now.
I always hear that +1 win, +2 win, 3 win, and then you find out
it never
the committee
mattered.
said, "Huh? What are y'all talking about?"
Care. We stopped watching. We didn't even watch. What are you talking about? The season ended.
Oh wait, the tournament's over.
Yeah, who won that, by the way? Who got the automatic bid? That's all we care about.
They come into the weekend with their brackets kind of done.
Yeah, pretty much.
And autos that steal and things like that shuffle it. I feel like that anyway.
Yeah.
Or your brand name and you make a run. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
You get pushed
you can
over
move
the
from a
edge.
5 to a 3.
That pencil eraser comes out and somebody
Syracuse wins 5 straight. Syracuse goes from
Texas,
the 12 line to a 4 line.
Yeah. Texas, Syracuse, some of the big name basketball schools. So, but yeah, just handle business. I do think they should beat OU this week. I'm hoping, like you said, that this win kind of, reinflates
back
them.
To that where we started.
That's where we started. But I think you're right.
I think that's a sports thing, not a basketball thing. Because during the 4 games, you're trying not to lose. You're pressing too hard.
They're called slump busters, man. You just need to find you one. And
you get the dub. You quit trying to stop losing, right?
Ole Miss was their slump buster.
Aren't you back to trying to win and no longer trying to not lose?
Yes. Yeah, I would.
I think it's real.
I would too. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. And when this team plays loose, they play well.
I think it happened to baseball last year. I think they.
Yes.
I think it mentally got to the as far as they stopped playing to They were just trying not to lose a game here instead of going out there and handling it. So, yeah, I absolutely think it's the thing in sports. And so, yeah, I'm hoping that you're right about this, and that's what, kicks off the second half of the season and gets back to what we saw before the 4-game skid. which we didn't see. I will say this: we didn't see a lot of bad basketball in that 4-game skid until Ole Miss. Like that was
Vandy.
Yeah, Vandy. Yeah, but Ole Miss was it was a lot of bad basketball.
Because that's the thing. The first 4 games, Alabama was almost a classic. It was a great game. Missouri was frustrating.
Yeah,
but they played. They just had to,
they played their brand. They played
layups.
their brand of basketball.
They just had to hit layups, man. Just take the easy ones. They beat Missouri, right?
Yeah.
It was Vandy that was like, oh,
so
and then Ole Miss even they were so just flat.
Yeah, they just
fatigued.
weren't. They were just. I just feel like sometimes they get away from what. They
can't.
They don't have an individual that can take over the game and just act. You don't have Wade Taylor, which Wade Taylor would have absolutely killed in this type of. But I'm saying you don't have that guy that's going to go off for 30 plus or something like that at any given moment. You need everybody to play within the system and play well and be smart. And Aggie's got to stop turning the ball over. That killed him against Ole Miss, and he wasn't doing that earlier in the season. And so he just doesn't pass it very well from the post. Like he's great on when he
passes from the top.
Yeah, he is. He's great on those little backdoor screens
and traffic.
Yeah, and so he's great. So we'll
it is the Louis Bellina Show. Sticking with Friday inside the Charles Schwab studio. In uncertain times, Charles Schwab remains invested in their clients, and that's you if you like to make that choice, by offering personalized guidance and clarity. And it's personalized because Mark Sim is right here in College Station. Get answers to your questions. Learn more at schwab.com/College Station.
College Station.
It is the Louis Bellina Show. Sticking with Friday on the Zone.
You can hear Aggie Baseball online at RadioAggieland.com. RadioAggieland.com.
Sometimes the timeouts here are as funny as anything else because Brice is like, I'm going to buy my own studio chair.
Dude, your chairs are so uncomfortable. I'm standing up. I'm going to stand up for an hour.
I'm in the Charles Schwab studio all the time. So use that chair right there.
I'm going to buy a chair. We're going to put it in here. I'm going to put my name on it. Nobody can touch it.
Because that always works. Putting your name on stuff in the workplace is genius. Because everybody respects
the one I'm at
that.
for 1 hour. I'm here 1 hour a week. So, yeah, I'm sure that'll go over well. But it'll be mine.
Putting your name on stuff in the workplace.
I'm going to.
50% of the time it works every time.
You're going to be shocked when you get a chair delivered here next week and somebody's sitting in here in your studio putting it together for you.
I will admire. I will watch that unfold. 979-693-1150. A minor Aggie football. We don't have to start the usual. We can spend 4 to 5 months debating Marcel Reed.
We got all summer
because we have 7-8 months left.
We got all summer to talk off football.
But we got we'll spend 5 months, but we have 8 months, so we don't have to do it today. Okay, yeah. What we can do again. I just saw. Oh, got it on 3. They did college football playoff projections. Mm-hmm. A&M at 10.
I saw that 10 against Indiana. Who was the
Indiana at 7
seed. Yeah.
Would you? Okay, and the simplest question. Would you sign for that on the dotted line right now?
Yes, absolutely.
You would take 10.
I'd take it.
Not fight for top 4.
Nope.
Not fight for the number 1 overall.
Nope.
You would take it. Sign up.
Yep, you're in.
Tell me why.
Because you're in with a shot to win a national championship just by being one of the 12 teams. So I don't think the seeding is all that important.
10's the last team in. You know that, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because 11 and 12
automatic.
are guaranteed at larges.
Doesn't matter. You're in. Last team in, first team in. You've got a shot. I mean, Miami was the last team in this year, right? 10 seed. Didn't matter.
Did they win it all? No.
No, but they played for it all, didn't they?
And I need to correct myself. Technically, 11 would be because the G5, but the Notre Dame situation. Yeah. I think Notre Dame is a lock this year.
Well, yeah.
I'm buying their schedule.
They tried to get them in this year.
I'm buying their schedule as much as anything. So I think there's going to only be 10 because G5 will be 12 and Notre Dame is 11. Not in seeding, but that's 2 at large is gone. Yeah. So, whoever's getting that 10 seed, you're the last team in.
I'm taking it, dude. You're in the tournament. You got a shot. Yeah.
I just find it
It means you lost 2 games this year. Probably. I don't think A&M would get in with 3 losses. So it means you lost 2 games.
I find it an interesting. Oh yeah. Look, you got to at least win 10 and not be called Vanderbilt, and you'll always be in from the SEC.
yeah. So that's what I'm saying is I'd take it
or Kentucky or Mississippi State.
What if you're thinking could be better, could be worse?
Hey, that's another part of this story because I do think you're always in at 10 just as long as you're not X. Is A&M not X? A&M doesn't.
We don't know yet. We don't know. Well,
because committees hate.
Yeah.
A&M. A&M's not Vanderbilt, right? A&M's on the right side of that concept.
Nationally, yes. As far as respect, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Vandy's had one good football year in 100 years. You know what I'm saying? They had one good year, and it wasn't even that great.
Oh, that's so cold.
I mean, let's be honest.
Well, how many has Indiana had?
Yeah, one, but they won it all.
They did go 13-0 for being the number one overall.
They won it all.
And then 8 souls.
They've had 2 good years because they were in the year before. So yeah, they won it all. So that's okay.
All right. Look, I am.
Let's see. Hey,
maroon and white paranoid with committees and NCAA
I
field.
Get the Cignetti love and all that too. Let's see what he does without a Heisman quarterback.
That's true of every coach, every program.
Yeah, absolutely. Not Nick Saban.
Nick Saban always had NFL draft pick quarterbacks.
Yeah, but I'm talking about not the number one, the number one draft pick at quarterback. Nick Saban didn't have a lot of those. He had a lot of good game managers and, good quarterbacks come through there, but did he have the Heisman Trophy winning number one draft pick, quarterback?
The safest thing to say is he had everything over the years because he did have Tua and
he had Jalen Hurts, who's now won a Super Bowl, but he wasn't good enough. Tua took over for there. I mean, you look at that's what I'm saying. Outside of Tua, name me his other exceptional top 10 drafted quarterback.
I guess I'd have to go back because back then you had your quarterback for 3-4 years. Saban has 15 rings, national championships, I guess. And
that's what I'm saying is like let's.
And he did when he first started. Look, they were pounding the ball. He didn't need.
Yeah, they were game. The quarterback just needed to be a game manager.
His first run was quarterbacks that didn't screw his defense over.
Yeah.
And then when the game evolved, he brought in Lane Kiffin as his OC. Then he started getting NFL quarterbacks, but that was only for X number of years.
Yeah.
So he had the two different hats.
Only Tua. Who else was it? It was just Tua.
I know I'm missing one, but you're right.
It's Jalen Hurts, but he went to OU. That's what I'm saying. It's Jalen Hurts and Tua, and one of them didn't finish there at Alabama. So I'm just saying, like, Cignetti obviously doing great things. Like, let's make sure it's not a 2-year outlier thing because of the quarterback. So
you would take 10 right now, which is fine.
Absolutely.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yep. You would take 10 right now.
Absolutely.
I fluctuate on that because, of course I'd take a college football playoff sign on the dotted line. I'm a gambler by heart.
No, I
want to see the play out.
I'm not. I'm taking the sure thing.
Okay.
If you are, you're taking the sure thing in the college football playoff.
Let me just do one more.
Because if you don't take that, it's not a for sure thing.
I'll hit you with one more one more scenario. 10-2, but you lose to Texas again, and you're the 10 seed.
I'm fine with that. I'm in. It's the sure thing. It is the sure thing. You're in the college football playoff.
And lose to Texas for the 3rd straight year.
Don't care. In the playoffs. That's all that matters anymore. Yes, absolutely, I want to beat the crap out of Texas. I hate all that. Like, fine, but if you lose and you're still in the playoff, don't care. Just like this year, you lost and you're in the playoff, didn't care.
I know you're right.
I know I'm right. I know you. See, somebody record that.
No one would believe it.
It's on air now.
This podcast hour will disappear.
It's out there.
Oh, technical difficulties. We couldn't put this up for all time.
As the gambler, you always take the sure thing, and the sure thing is being in the college football playoff.
And then Indiana. I mean, look, this is the ultimate hypothetical.
Why would you be scared of Indiana?
Oh, not just
okay. Like I said, they've had 2 good seasons. Let's not be scared. That treat Indiana like they're this new powerhouse because of
dynasty.
The 2 good years.
Dynasty.
The fact that they're just throwing them in the playoff with is kind of funny, but.
It is the Louis Belize Show presented by CC Electric.
I'm not the believer in Cignetti that everybody else is.
Residential, commercial, and industrial services at CC Electric. Okay, believe or not believe, he's done nothing to make you doubt, to be clear.
I know, I'm just a doubter. I'm just a hater. What can I say?
Okay, now you're being honest
right,
there.
I'm just a hater.
You're just a hater.
True.
No logic, no rationale, nothing to base it on yet.
Just hater.
You're just a hater.
Yeah, I'm mad because it wasn't A&M. It was Indiana.
See, and this is the ultimate worst takes of all times. I fell into that category where when last offseason I'm like, man, Indiana's got to show me again.
Yeah, they did.
And that's not an awful take. Yeah. I mean, it was one time,
and I'm taking
right?
it another look. They do it again this year. I'll probably be like, okay, then we're talking about something. But if not,
and they did. They didn't just show me. They showed the world.
Yeah, but if they fall off a cliff again this year, I get to say I told you so.
I got a text message. You're talking about quarterbacks, top NFL picks.
Does somebody remember one that we
Brice Young.
Somebody good? Oh yeah, Brice Young. Yeah, that was the one you were forgetting. I forgot about him too.
I knew there's one more.
I know. He looked like a huge bust until the end of this year.
Well, you don't judge his college resume based on his NFL stuff.
True, but yes, he is the other one. So it was Tua and Brice Young. So.
Yeah, it's Tua and Brice Young. And there might be one more even, but I'm not going to push it too hard.
Yeah. No.
Because remember, There was different versions of Saban
Yeah,
who
the early
evolved with
years
the
were
game.
what? It was McElroy and then one other one that went on to. He was just mediocre. He was just a game manager. I can't
Because that's all he wanted.
It's the
Saban wanted-
AJ McCarron was the other one
There
that
you
was
go.
just the game manager. His hot wife popped into my head, and I was like, "Oh, that's
geez.
who it is, AJ McCarron."
That's how you figured it out? Is
Did
you had a
it?
picture of a hot woman and went, AJ McCarron?
Just being 1,000% honest, that's what made me remember his name.
979-693.
It's the Britt Musburger one where he called her out in the stands. Like I remember, I was like, "Oh yeah, that's who."
That
it
was the
is.
Florida State.
No, he did it for AJ McCarron.
He did it
too.
a lot or something.
Yeah. Yeah, he did it. He did it for that's what popped in my head and why I remembered his name. Just
979-693-1150. We're almost out of time, not quite. You can light up the Texas Mobile and Lube Express inbox. Texas Mobile and Lube Express, owned by Gabriel Garcia. 979-693-1150. Texas Mobile and Lube Express, owned by just a woman.
Hey,
We're talking Alabama football, the hottie. That with Saban, with all these different elements, it's the hottie.
Yeah.
979-693-1150. I'd take the 10-2 too. It's painful. I like fighting. I like gambling. I want to go 12-0, but
You like disagreeing with me, but
no.
Yes, you do.
No,
I like
to
disagreeing with
fight.
you, but yeah, it's just
I like to fight.
You take the sure thing.
I want to beat Texas.
I do too. But I don't care if we beat Texas if we're still in the playoff and make a run at a national
That's the
championship.
truth of it.
Yeah, because if you go 10-2, you lose to Texas, you're the 10 seed, and you do like Miami this year, and you're playing for the national title. It was worth it, right? Who cares if you lost to Texas?
And the only definition of progress from this year is if you win a game. It doesn't matter your seed, and it doesn't matter where you play.
Now you got to win.
The only
one.
definition
You've
of progress
already,
is winning.
Yeah.
Like even the scenarios, right? If you win the SEC but lose in the first round of the college football playoff, is that progress?
No.
Really?
No.
SEC title?
Oh, SEC
First ever?
title. No, I don't care about the SEC title. I don't.
Man, this is
I've
getting
said-
hardcore here.
I want to look.
So if you go to Atlanta, win your first ever SEC title,
I will be joyous. I will make me happy, but I don't know if I would call it a successful season if you don't. Because then if you win the SEC title, you're one of the first. You're getting a bye, right? If you win the SEC title, you're one of the first four.
which means you're doomed to lose because history is telling us
you got
the bye week is a curse.
Indiana proved that wrong this year. Okay, so
one.
But yes, but that's what I'm saying. But you're one of the top 4 seeds. Yes, you should win. I guess you could count that as winning the first round because he didn't have to play anybody. He played the bye.
Okay,
there you go. So progress. There you go.
Because if you A&M win the SEC, Atlanta, and I'm gonna even throw it, and you beat Texas. All right, you lose in the first round after a bye. I'm gonna have to. Okay, let me experience that to figure it out. But I think I'd be happy. I think I'd say progress. If you win the SEC title and beat Texas,
it would be progress
and make
because
the playoff again.
It would be progress because we hadn't done it at A&M, right? Like it would be progress. I don't want to say it wouldn't be,
Okay.
but would it satisfy me and make me happy? No. At that time when we win it, yes. But if you lose the first round, then I would completely forget it.
All right, let's grab a timeout, dude. Hey, I'm gonna let you roll. I know how you always got things going out, right?
Okay.
And he's always look. Bryce shows up, right? Game time, but he's always busy during lunch.
Yeah.
He's got to get sandwiches.
No sandwiches today.
What are you eating?
I don't know. Probably nothing.
That's not a good answer.
I'm trying to be less fat, man.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Hey, have a great weekend, brother.
All right, man. You too.
When we return, we got to wrap up lunchtime. Speaking of great food, lunchtime on the Louis Bellina Show. And lunchtime is thanks to Rudy's Barbecue.
You're listening to Bryan College Station's home for Aggie Baseball, the Astros, and the Bombers. The Zone. 1150 AM and 93.7 FM.
The Louis Bellina Show, like down the stretch we come. Louis Bellina Show, Friday style, Friday edition. I want to thank Grocholski Sausage Company. Partnered up, hanging out with us. Grocholski Sausage Company is why somebody's going to win a pair of tickets to go see Creed at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. Do not forget Grocholski Sausage Company, now with 2 locations. A year ago, I know they were working on it, but they had that Main Street, Bremond, South Main Street in Bremond, the OG original location. Now, South Main Street in Calvert. You can check out Grocholski Sausage Company. Every day next week, we'll register another person. I want to thank D4 Land Services. Thanks to the hotline, people call, we talk. We register people to win things like tickets to Creed. And a lot of guests join me here on the Louis Bellina Show, thanks to D4 Land Services. If you ever need help with your land, excavated, cleared, fixed up, d4landservices.com. Forestry mulching, pond construction, metal buildings, visit D4landservices.com. BBQ.com. And before we head out the door, which it's like, man, it's been an awesomely fun week. I hope you guys have had half as much fun as I do. I want to thank everybody that hangs out each day, everybody that texts, everybody that just spends any time with me. Because again, this is fun. I have a pretty awesome time myself. I want to thank everybody that lights up the Texas Mobile One Lube Express inbox. This weekend, Aggie Baseball, every game here on the Zone, 11:50 a.m. and 93.7 FM, 5:45 pregame today, A&M and Penn. You hear on 11:50 a.m., 93.7 FM. You can also listen to Aggie Baseball on the Zone app. You can also listen online at radioaggieland.com, and you can tell Alexa, play Zone 1150. I'm laughing. Some of the late text messages are coming in. Entertaining. Just entertaining, needless to say. 979-693-1150. Next week, every day, I'm trying to think through. Yep. Also, Olin Buchanan will be back with us. We didn't get to talk with him this week. Makes me a little bit sad. It makes me a whole lot of sad. I'm not going to lie to you. Olin Buchanan will join me again, and I think he's going to be live from Indianapolis, actually, the Combine. So that's pretty exciting. This weekend, Aggie Softball, they still got like 3 more days in the Cathedral City Classic, and you'll listen to Aggie Softball all weekend long on Willie 1550 AM. You can also listen online at radioaggieland.com. I'm not sure if you know this. You might be new to town, which I say hi, hello, and welcome. Ryan Broadcasting, we're your flagship stations for Aggie Athletics. The Zone, you can hear tomorrow night, Saturday night, 7:30 tip, 7 o'clock pregame, A&M OU Aggie Men's Hoop on News Talk 1620, 94.5, WTAW. Again, radioaggieland.com. You're going to hear that a lot. That's all still ahead this weekend. But for now, I got to go. Again, thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me. It's been a really awesome weekend. This has been the Louis Bellina Show, presented by CC Electric. Built on faith, family, community. That is CC Electric. They have free estimates. They have military and veteran discounts. That is CC Electric. Peace. Have an amazing weekend, everybody.
You can hear the Paul Feinbaum Show weekdays 2 to 4 here on the Zone. Presented by Polaris Fun Center. Paul Feinbaum is SEC Country, and Aggie Land is SEC Country too. Join Paul weekdays 2 to 4 here on the Zone. Polaris Fun Center, where you can get a $500 rebate on any 450 or 570 Model A TV, or $2,000 cash back on a Polaris XP1000. Polaris Fun Center, where they sell and service fun, not tractors. The voice of the SEC, and you can hear Paul Feinbaum weekdays from 2 to 4 on the Zone.